In a new book by Ethan Strauss called The Victory Machine, The Making and Unmaking of the Warriors Dynasty, Strauss wrote about a conversation he had with KD concerning a previous article he'd written about the Warriors in January of 2019. Here's an excerpt from it. I tried to make a few points saying I didn't begrudge him for having leverage with his contract and insisted that I had good reason to write what I wrote. KD wasn't impressed and accused me of trying to rile up Steph's fans. He expressed that this was a constant theme in the Bay. All of us local guys just wanted to kiss Steph's expletive at his expense. This was KD's constant lament. He would frequently squabble in direct message conversations with the Warriors fans on Twitter, frequently accusing them of favoring Steph at his expense. Jay Williams joins us now. Max, I'll start with you here. Do you think KD has a point?
I think he felt that, or he wouldn't say it. But I think that's typical of a superstar that joins a team with a superstar that's already established and has already won with that team. It doesn't even have to be that they've already won a championship. Just be a playoff powerhouse and get to a championship. And the local media and fans will tend to not cater to or coddle, but feel like they really have the back, they really support the guy who's been there the whole time. In my own experience as a fan, I noticed this with the New York Yankees. Thurman Munson was the guy, and Reggie Jackson came. And the hometown fans really loved Thurman. He'd been there the whole time. He was drafted by the team, where in recent years with the Yankees, Derek Jeter and Alex Rodriguez. Jeter was the people's champ in New York, even if Rodriguez, to that point in their career, had been considered the better player. So KD gets to Golden State. Now, they've already won a championship. Yes, they were coming off a loss, a 73-win team, but they'd won a championship, and they'd seen Steph develop from the time he got into the league to a champion and to an MVP. So, of course, if you come and join that team, there's more love already in the area that has been earned by the local guy. And so I don't think that it's some thing where people are against KD, but of course the fans and media will show more love for the guy who'd been there and put in the time. It makes sense.
Did you just sit up there and say, Max, before I get into the subject about Kevin Durant and Steph Curry, did you just say you remember when Thurman Munson was with the New York Yankees and Reggie Jackson arrived and Reggie Jackson wasn't getting the love that Thurman Munson received because he was a hometown guy? Did you just say that?
Well, I was a very little kid, but I remember when the Yankees signed Reggie Jackson.
You were 3 years old. That's where I was going.
Jackson.
I was getting ready to applaud. I was getting ready to applaud you for your brilliance.
You're cold, Stephen, for going there. You're cold, Stephen, for going there.
I was getting ready to applaud you for your brilliance because you were 3 years old. You were 3. But I just wanted to make sure. Because I was like, were you born in 1973 or 63? I just wanted to know. I just wanted to know. All right, okay. Let me get to this point.
Segment. Stephen A. couldn't help himself. I felt it.
Kevin, just couldn't help himself. I mean, I thought he was born in 1973, not 63, but that's neither here nor there. Here's the point. Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, does he have a point? Is he right about what he's saying? Yeah. My response is, so what? What the hell did you expect? The fact of the matter is, Kevin Durant spent his first 9 years of his career. Remember, he was drafted by Seattle, and then they moved to OKC. First 9 years of his NBA career was in Oklahoma City. His last year in Oklahoma City, he had lost in the conference finals to Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. He goes to Golden State. Steph Curry is not only a champion and the greatest shooter we've ever seen in our lifetime, but he's also the guy that just finished helping beat Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and the Oklahoma City Thunder. No way in hell was there ever going to be a time where Kevin Durant received more love than Steph Curry. Here's where Kevin Durant, in my opinion, probably had a problem. People, because you love Steph Curry, you tried to act like Steph Curry was better than Kevin Durant. And that was never the case. Kevin Durant was the better player. Kevin Durant was the best player on the Golden State Warriors. There has not been a time where Kevin Durant was a worse player than Steph Curry. Steph Curry's the greatest shooter we've ever seen in our lives. He was never a better all-around player than Kevin Durant. That's just not true. And Kevin Durant knew that. So when he goes to the Golden State Warriors, if you want to get at him for jumping on a bandwagon and stuff like that, like fans are apt to do, chances are they were using the language and lingo like, you riding Steph Curry's coattails. You ain't better than Steph Curry, when Kevin Durant and anybody who knows basketball knew better than that. Steph Curry was never better than Kevin Durant. Greatest shooter ever, but he was never better than Kevin Durant. Unfortunately, in showing their love and affection for Steph Curry, there were likely people who implied, if not flat out, said that to Kevin Durant, and that's what Kevin Durant found offensive. Not that Steph Curry received more love because you understood he was drafted by this team. It was the fact that people were trying to say Steph Curry was better than him, which was ridiculous.
You know, just to provide another layer of depth and perspective and context on this one, guys. First off, KD and Steph are the best of friends. They talk all the time, and KD has a great relationship with everybody at Golden State. I mean, Rich Kleiman is going to do a sit-down with Bob Myers coming up on Friday to kind of go through the whole situation and talk it through on the podcast. So it's interesting to hear this. But I think also, Stephen A., to go back to your point, it's about the relationship also that I think Kevin Durant had with Ethan Strauss. You know, since Kevin Durant got to Golden State, he was always painted as this mystery wrapped in an enigma, right? He was kind of misunderstood. And Kevin has personal relationships with some people in the media and other people. And Stephen A., you felt this because you've been around him. If he doesn't know you or if he disagrees with what you say, he'll say it directly, but he'll also kind of give you the cold shoulder.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.